All right, lads. Well, we talked about private equity yesterday, which is the brass house final boss, right? Like if this channel, if this channel was to like win the lottery at the end, we would change the way the whole world worked, and all that private equity bubble would bust, right? That maximize the interaction with every customer, get as much as possible. You know, double your prices and lose half your customers, and that's the way to do it. That model should go to hell. Okay, so I want to talk about the sales guys. You know, the war against salesmen in particular. The war against salesmen. So, and I want to explain to like any guy that's doing home service stuff, and you're saying like, I'm a great salesman. Like sales should be a part of this. Like I should be able to profit off of my ability to be able to sell. I concur, right? And so let me tell you why you're a total fool. You're a fucking sucker. And I really want y'all to listen to this, okay? If you want to be a plumber, you should want to be a tradesman, right? You should want to be a master of the pipe. Ask your sister. You should want to be a really skilled tradesman that has like all this vast knowledge, and you're gonna leverage that skills and knowledge to be rare and gain more money from that, right? If you want to be a salesman, you want the similar thing. You want to go do sales. You want to have the gift of gab. And honestly, guys, the reason I'm not I'm a good salesman, but I realize I'm a con man, right? Because like, why am I such a good salesman? Is because I can give you confidence in me, right? That's why when I'm giving you 3 options, it's bullshit, because I know I can talk you into buying whichever one of those I want. You know what I mean? I can talk you into it. Like, so it is kind of a, all right, sorry, phone calls interrupt the video sometimes. No, so you are a bit of a con man. If you're good at this, you're instilling confidence in people and getting them to buy shit that you know you may not want your grandmother to spend that amount of money on, right? To an old person. So it is kind of sleazy, number one. But the main reason you're stupid for doing it is the biggest, most profitable salespeople are not in your industry, right? So why, like I said the other day, why become a badass plumber? Why? Or a badass HVAC tech? Why? It's hard to be a really good HVAC tech. And it's hard, like residential sales and HVAC is hard, dude. Like you're crawling through attics. It sucks. It really, even to go get it sold, unless you're just a total scammy piece of shit, you're going to have to go up there and check air handlers in attics, and it sucks. It's hard to sell. So why do that instead? If you're really good at selling, and you think sales is like what makes you so great, why not go capitalize on it, right? Because if you look at the HVAC guys that make the most money in Dallas, I know some guys who've turned their careers in HVAC into, $200K, some chiller mechanics making like $70 an hour in Dallas, which is nuts. I'm not talking total package. I'm talking hourly pay. I know some guys who making bank. And I've also met some guys who are making like $200K, $250 on sales commission, right? But if you were to go and take in Dallas the top car salesman, it's going to be, or just take all the people in sales getting commission based off sales in Dallas. You're going to go through a lot of fucking people before you get to the plumber. A lot of fucking people. And almost all those sales positions that I've talked shit about, like the blue collar man's kind of screwed, a lot of those you can get without college. A lot of those you do need college to get into, but not all of them, not even 50% of them. It's probably about like 35% you need a college degree. You can go sell cars and houses right now. You don't need a fucking high school diploma to do that shit, dude. So why are you wasting your time doing this? Right? Like, think about it. I know that a lot of people like to bullshit about how much money they make when they did residential, right? Because I did it, and it's the most money I ever made for a while until I got really advanced in my career and got like some serious bonuses, like above union scale. And it's just consistently, and if I was I'd work 60-hour weeks. That was the thing. If you're making that commission money, when I made $134,000 in 2017, I worked 3,002 hours. I averaged just a minute over 60 hours a week is what I averaged to make that money. And that's how you make the weeks where you have a $4,500 paycheck, a $5,000 paycheck in residential service, you work 60 fucking hours. And you're happy to work it because it's all that money, right? 70 hours, 84-hour weeks. I had bonkers ass fucking weeks. And that's what it took to make that money, right? And once I got to in a management position, in like a supervisor position, making really good hourly pay, like $50 an hour, $45 an hour type shit, and I'm getting 20 hours of overtime, it was, I was making the same. You know what I mean? So it's like, it turned into this like shit. So if I want to just work 40 hours, I can make 110,000 a year or so, or 100 to 110, versus having to work fucking 60 hours a week to make 130. It was like, that's stupid. I was like, I'd rather enjoy my wife and kids, enjoy my job, not feel like I fucking hate my life, and make a little bit less money on 40, or if I need more money, work on Saturday and Sunday, find some work to do, and make fucking big checks, right? It was easy to control. So I don't think you're making as much, like all you residential service guys, I don't think you're making as much more money than everybody else as you think you are. I know I thought I was when I was doing, I thought, well, I'm making more than everybody. No plumbers make what I make here. And I was fucking dead wrong. I was dead wrong. I didn't know. I joined the union and I met all types of dudes making all types of cool fucking salaries with all types of cool fucking jobs. And it was like, damn, if I wanted to go make all this money at fucking, where I was working at a company called Berkey's. I think they've been bought and sold since, I think they're owned by Wrench Group. Actually, they were owned by Wrench Group, but I worked there, which is a big private equity firm, right? And when I worked there, all right, sorry, phone call again. No, I worked at a company called Berkey's, and you could make really good money. They treated us well. They did all the stuff that like Williams talks about, right? Like all the things to make you feel appreciated and paid well, and incentives like a son of a bitch, and you can make all types of money. But it's all a bit of a scam. You know what I mean? It really was, like, because you're not gonna be able to get that money without all these hours, and like everybody there thought they were making more than everybody, and we were wrong. We were wrong. We all thought this was like the most you can make. And like one of my buddies, Zach, he's now in a union shop, and he's like, fuck, man. He's like, I couldn't go back to that shit. I could, because it's all your whole career there is like, to make that money, you have to work 60 hours, at least down here. I don't know, maybe it's different other places, but at least down here, you have to fucking bust ass. You got to be fine being out at 8 o'clock at night. You just have to be comfortable with it. Like, you have to be. And even with install crews, like whenever I was doing that, I hardly did any of the jobs. I had installers doing all types of the shit, but it was still a bunch of work. And so like, to me, it was like, fuck this. I want to go get into commercial, industrial, like, get paid the same ultimately. And now, obviously, I'm fucking, y'all can all kiss my ass. You know what I mean? Like, none of y'all make what I fucking make now. But, I wanted to go actually learn and develop my skills. And if you heard the video, there's one video I have that got fairly popular. I think it's got like 700,000 views. The Poor Man's Way to Get Rich. I said I had a plan from the very beginning. And my plan was to do work for small companies on like kind of light commercial construction, real varied stuff, remodel and get really skilled, and then go do residential commission-based like home services work for a couple of years, and I did that. And then I wanted to do commercial/industrial for 4 years till I get my master, so I would be a true expert. And I did exactly that. And it wasn't, I did the home services thing because I needed to learn that side of it. I really did. I needed to learn residential service. Like, that was important for me to learn. And commercial service was important for me to learn. Commercial construction was important. All the construction stuff was every bit of it was critical. But it was about developing the skills and becoming a fucking wizard, boys. Like I'm not that smart of a guy, but when it comes to plumbing, like I know goddamn all of it, right? I'm a fucking pro. I'm a true fucking professional. And that route, becoming a professional and a master, I think is the route you should be chasing as a plumber or a tradesman. I think if you want to do sales, you're not going to be anywhere near the top of the field in sales. You'll think, oh, I'm the top earning plumber. You're not. You're fucking not. But even then, you're trying to get your earnings through sales. Well, of the people in your community that are making money through sales, you're not even scratching the fucking list. So what are you fucking doing? Let's burst this private equity bubble. Fuck having to go fucking sell old ladies bullshit to get fucking money, dudes. Fuck that. Sell your skills. Sell your talent. Don't sell bullshit. Lights, mates.